going on, guys? Snake Eyes here, playing some more Dark Souls 2, and welcome to my third and final boss weapons, viewer requested boss weapon showcase. I tried not to mess that up. I did, but anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. And the final boss weapon that we're gonna be showcasing today is the Moonlight Greatsword. Now, if you don't know how to get the Moonlight Greatsword, all you have to do is beat the Dukes de Freya in New Game Plus mode, or you can use a bonfire ascetic on the Lower Brightstone Cove bonfire. I believe that's what it's called. It's the third bonfire in the entire area. Basically, all you have to do is beat her either by doing those two things, and then when you do, she drops the Old Pale Drake Soul. You get the Old Pale Drake Soul and you go up to Ornifex and trade it. It's going to cost you 10,000 souls, but in my opinion, it's actually worth it. I really like this weapon. I actually wish that my character was built to actually be able to use it, but for everybody who is running a melee int build or just have the intelligence required, I definitely recommend picking it up and trying it out. We're going to go ahead and go into more detail with this weapon. One thing to note is it doesn't have any physical damage. It only has standard base magic damage, and this is the exact same thing that it had in the first Dark Souls. I just pointed that out because people who haven't played the first Dark Souls aren't going to know that, and I decided it's just something that they should probably know. Even though you can kind of see it right here, I still pointed it out. But either way it goes, it weighs 8 pounds, which as far as a great sword, it's kind of in the middle. There are some that are heavier, there are some that are lighter, so 8 pounds is actually kind of pretty decent, considering that the Mastodon Greatsword weighs 16 pounds and the Flamberge weighs 7 pounds. And even though this technically doesn't count, I'm still going to compare it to it anyways. The Key to the Embedded weighs 4 pounds, so like I said, it's in the middle. It's not bad. You can wear some pretty decent armor and still carry this thing around and be able to still roll as fast as you can. But the requirements for this weapon is it needs 18 strength, dexterity, and intelligence, and it has the A scaling in intelligence. All around, it's not too bad. The moveset on it is I really like it. It adds a little variety. Keep in mind that the moveset is somewhat situational, so depending on what type of environment you're in and what you're dealing with, that'll pretty much overall dictate what moveset that you're going to want to do. The one-handed attacks are horizontal, while the two-handed attacks, and I'm going to do this in a certain order because actually I forgot to point out that the effect on this weapon is that its strong attack is a special attack. I'll save it to the end so that way you guys can see it, even though you can probably read it right above. But one thing I am going to say really quick is this is the real Moonlight Greatsword that came from Scalis. I made a video like 2 days after the game came out, and I was thinking that the Blue Moon Greatsword was actually the sword from Scalis. That was my bad. I ended up putting annotations saying that this is, obviously a fake, and everybody was still commenting. I just kind of told them that I put it in the annotations, and I don't know if they just missed it or if they didn't read it, but either way it goes, this is the real Moonlight Greatsword. I'll go ahead and read the description right now. The blade of this great sword shines like the brilliant rays of the moon. In the oldest legends rarely spoken of today, it is said that the sword was born of a great white being, which is Scalis. The strong attack unleashes its strength, launching a wave of moonlight. And forgive me right now because if I'm slurring my words, because it's around 2:30 in the morning. I'm pretty tired. I kind of just want to knock this out. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and go back into the movesets. And as I said, the one-handed attacks are horizontal, while the two-handed attacks are vertical. Now you want to keep this in mind because if you're in tight corridors, you definitely want to go ahead and two-hand this weapon, so that way you can you don't really bump into anything. And if you're in a more open environment like this, you definitely want to try to do the one-handed attacks. All in all, it's really up to you what you want to do. The roll attacks are also unique, as the roll attack for this is a thrusting attack, which I really like because it actually has some pretty decent range, and if you're wearing some light enough armor, you can roll pretty far, and the sword itself would actually get you some more range, while the two-handed rolling attack is actually a thrusting down move. Again, very situational. Depending on what environment you're in should dictate exactly which moveset that you want to do. The running attack for both, I think, are pretty much the same, but I'm going to go over them anyways. They're just sweeping attacks. The back step is also another sweeping attack. It's pretty much the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and do it two-handed because I actually don't remember, but from what it looks like, it is the exact same thing. Now we're going to get into the special attacks. It's pretty much the same thing. I think this unleashes a horizontal. We're going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, it unleashes a horizontal wave of Moonlight, as the description says, and the two-handed unleashes a vertical. That one takes a little bit longer to do. They both take their time, but keep in mind that every time you do a strong attack, it takes away 10 durability. No matter if you're doing it one-handed or two-handed, it's gonna take away 10 durability. So, and with this weapon only having 60, that's pretty much you pretty much can't spam it. You'll break your weapon really easy, especially if you start getting a little trigger happy with it. This is pretty much kind of to get them rolling or to get them moving while you know, pretty much, I don't know, if you feel like they can get hit by it, that's the only time I would use it. Other than that, you'd be surprised in PvP how fast your weapon could actually get knocked down. So like I said, maybe using it 3 to 4 times. You know, you do it a 5th time, you might be pushing it a little bit. But that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. I really can't think of anything else. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I might as well just show you guys. The shield attack, the same thing as always, and the jumping attack is, like I said, the same thing as always. I figured I might as well throw that in there because I'm showing off the entire moveset. I might as well show off that too. But that's going to go ahead and wrap this up. Before we end up closing this out, I'm going to go and actually thank somebody special because without her, I wouldn't be able to do it. And where we're going right now is actually to the gravestone of Strowan. She cost me a lot of souls tonight to make this happen, but I'm actually glad that I spent it because it was actually worth it. Being able to show these weapons the way that they're supposed to be shown is actually pretty awesome. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I won't be doing that very often. The only reason I did it for these was because 1, they were viewer requested, and 2, because I generally thought these weapons were cool, every single one of them. And I do a lot of showcases, and they're mainly on weapons that I think are cool, but I'm not gonna, you know, the way I feel is I'm not gonna go around respecing my character every single time I think a weapon is cool and I want to show it off. That's just, you know, I only have, I think, like 3 of these, so obviously they're pretty much on a special occasion. So that's pretty much gonna wrap this up. I really can't think of anything else to say. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a like and thank Strowan for coming out. You don't have to thank her, I'm just fucking around. But leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, take care. And I hope you guys really did enjoy this.